The Joker and Harley Quinn, the Riddler, Two-Face, Mr. Freeze, Poison Ivy. These are all villains that you know. But what about the enemies of the Caped Crusader that people don't really talk about? The unsung heroic villains who I think are just so odd. I mean, for every Ra's al Ghul that you got out there, you've got a King Tut, Maxie Zeus, and then you've got the fucking puzzle. Like, did you know, for instance, that Batman literally fights a One Piece villain named Flamingo? No, I don't think you knew that, but I'm here to help you know, to enlighten you, to let you know that these are the unsung goats of the Caped Crusaders Rogues Gallery. Strap into the Batmobile and drive on up the road to Arkham Asylum. Without further ado, let's get into it.
I can't remember when I've had a more pleasant day.
Aside from the occasional cat, plant woman, or clown, Batman has punched a skeleton named Larry.
Who the fuck are you?
Larry is my fucking goat, Lord Deathman. That's right, this man is one of the greatest Batman villains of all time. First viewing in Batman Volume 1, number 180 in 1966 by Robert and Sheldon Moldoff. He is just, he's just a fucking goof. He's like a Saturday morning cartoon given physical form. He has absolutely no powers except for yoga, a healing factor, and meditation. Because that's an ability. He's kind of just a dude who likes doing things. See, he has Lazarus blood, similar to the Lazarus Pit, which gives Ra's al Ghul and several League of Assassins members their longevity, allowing them to recover from fatal wounds, and even can bring you back from the dead. However, the Lazarus Pit induces madness, a sort of insanity effect. And because that is constantly mainlined through this man's veins at all times, how do I put this?
This nigga is crazy.
This is a guy who cannot die.
You must die!
No, I don't think I will.
He genuinely cannot die, to the point to where it makes him insane. He has an eidetic memory, so he remembers everything, every martial art he's ever studied, and also the names of every single Pokemon in their evolved forms.
You serious?
Not only is he a immortal psycho-terrorist, but he's also a fan of Pikachu. So that's nice. Pushing the limits of Batman's no-kill rule. Having every single bone in his body broken into like a cube sort of shape as Batman and Catwoman stuff him into a safe, jettison that safe into outer space, and just leave him there. And yet, time after time, this absolute fucking goober just gets back again.
Monkey.
I wasn't even gonna put this guy in, all right? I had only 5 villains designed for this video, but as I was researching more on Professor Pig, I found out there is a villain known as Professor Gorilla, because apparently DC has a real big thing about hyper-intelligent gorillas. This dude is just really fucking weird. He debuted in Detective Comics number 339 in May of 1965, made by Gardner Fox and Carmine Infantino, people who I can only assume got together and said,
Wanna cook?
see, he was a gorilla that was tested on by scientists, and because of this and all the horrific experience he endured, he really does not like people. Understandable. The experiments done on him, as they do, conveniently gives him the powers of telepathy and fucking mind control, along with the ability to drain intelligence like talking too long to a Cowboys fan.
I done the math. Checks out.
So far, doesn't sound too insane for the realm of comic.
But wait! There's more!
He would control the scientists and have them commit crimes around the city of Gotham, and then proceed, when Batman was on his trail, seek the only solution to vaporize the entirety of Gotham. I want to specify this. A fucking monkey with telepathy, mind-controlled scientist, and when a man with a bat costume was hot on his trail, he proceeded to attempt to soup of side bomb himself and vaporize a city. Winners never quit. But what if you are so good at not quitting that you end up being even worse at winning?
What did you say, nigga?
We are talking about the greatest loser in the history of Batman's Rogues Gallery, my motherfucking man, Killer Moth. The name Killer Moth doesn't exactly inspire fear and intimidation, but that's kind of his whole deal. Debuting in Batman number 63 in February of 1951, he's created by Batman creator Bill Finger and Dick I'm literally fucking 10 years old, holy shit. And Lou Schwartz. He was the very first villain to ever get put in a blender by Batgirl. He doesn't really have any actual powers, relying entirely on gadgets and different tools, giving himself a series of Moth-themed gadgets, including a Moth copter, a Moth mobile, and other things like his cocoon gun. See, he wants to be an anti-Batman. Unlike Catman, Prometheus, Owlman, and Wrath from the 2005 Batman animated series, he's not good at being an anti-Batman, like, at all. See, he was originally just a 2-bit criminal and has managed to declare bankruptcy on multiple occasions after spending his life savings on all of his equipment and a mansion. Batman will stop him almost immediately.
Wait!
No one respects him. Everyone in the Bat family laughs at this man and clowns him. None of the villains even respect him. And yet, world be damned, the Moth endures. He tries over and over again. No one likes him. This nigga never ever does anything to the fullest extent of something even resembling a success. And yet, he still tries. It's almost inspiring. At one point, in order to be taken seriously, he even made a deal with the demon Neron, which transformed him into a horrific moth monster creature. However, this era was pretty short-lived because still people were just like, dude, that's still Killer Moth.
Huey. Yeah. You still a bitch.
But in spite of this, he's also had a couple of successes on screen, being featured as an enemy in the Teen Titans cartoon series, and also several episodes of Teen Titans Go. So, you know, he may not be the strongest, and he may not be the smartest, and hell, he's definitely not the brightest, but when it comes to a villain with a whole lot of heart, Killer Moth is your best bet.